Happy Mother's Day! Today we're capturing the blossoming beauty of spring with these rose caramel apples. They're so elegant you wouldn't know. They're made with the easiest 3-ingredient microwave caramel. I'll be showing you how to troubleshoot working with craft so the product is stable enough to mold an enchanting rose without sliding off the apple, as well as a chocolate caramel version to create a colorful bouquet arrangement, making a lovely gift idea for mom. And guys, I wanted to thank you so much for 100k subscribers. So of course, when I spotted this adorable strawberry handbag from Kate Spade, I immediately wanted to give one away to a sweet subscriber. So to enter the 100k giveaway, you need to be subscribed to my channel here on YouTube. Then in the comment section down below, comment your Instagram username with a strawberry emoji, and also be following me on my Instagram. I'll be announcing the winner on my Instagram story Sunday, May 19th. Thank you so much again to everyone for supporting my channel and inspiring me to create more magical content. It all starts with picking the right Granny Smith apples. Some tips when you shop at this store are to avoid selecting your own since they're usually a larger size. Instead, choose the pre-packaged ones that come in bags, also called lunchbox apples. They're just the right size for molding the rose design. Leaving a small amount of space around the cavity allows the caramel to flow into the gap for best results. The next essential step for any chewy type of caramel like Kraft is prepping your apples by removing the waxy outer layer. To a pot of boiling water, go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of baking soda and 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. Just be careful that will get fizzy, and start turning your apples around in the boiling water with a slotted spoon for 10 seconds. Count to 10 to make 10 turns, and after that, remove it right away so we don't cook the apple, and give it a good dry with a towel. Then soak the apple inside of an ice bath for 30 minutes. This cleaning method ensures the caramel clings properly and prevents it from sliding off the skin or bubbles from forming in your shiny and glossy surface of caramel, and the ice bath separates any remaining waxy residue. Although the apples still look pretty and green, eventually the skin will become dull and discolored. After soaking for 30 minutes, remove from the ice bath and dry them off again. Then leave them out on the counter for 24 to 48 hours, depending on what's most convenient for you. Once the time has passed, make sure to wipe off the sticky sap. The sap process is almost similar to cleansing the impurities from the pores of your skin during a facial, if that makes sense. Importantly, for the Kraft caramel, the apples need to be dipped cold, so store the apples in the fridge for at least 3 to 4 hours. The longer the better to set the caramel in place. Right before you're ready to prepare the caramel, it's time to insert the sticks. To achieve a more realistic shape of a rose, I recommend flipping the apple upside down. That way, the roundest part of the apple resembles where the petals are, and as you go downwards, it tapers towards the base, just like an actual rose. Insert your candy apple sticks of choice with any straw covers you like. Mine are a clear acrylic, which I will link down in the description box below. Just remember to store them in the fridge until ready to dip. Today we're trying something a little different for this easy 3-ingredient microwave caramel. We're including melting wafers in the mixture to make it more stable for molding. If you've worked with Kraft before, you may have had an experience like this. To fix that, especially to mold the roses successfully, you'll need 2 packages of Kraft caramels. If you want to save time on wrapping, feel free to substitute with the Kraft caramel bits. Ingredient number 2 is 3.5 ounces of white chocolate melting wafers, either Merkin's or Ghirardelli brand. And number 3 is 4 tablespoons of heavy cream to thin it out without making the mixture too runny. And pop inside the microwave for 30-second intervals until mostly melted, heating inside a tall measuring cup to prevent overflowing. There's not going to be much melting activity at first. However, stir in between intervals and stick to the 30-second guidelines to prevent scorching or overheating. When the mixture is mostly melted but still gloppy like this, continue heating in 10 to 15-second intervals until smooth and fluid for dipping. This example is in real time to show you how the consistency should be without speeding it up. Sometimes it may go above temperature to progress to that fluid state. Just allow the caramel to cool down to 190 degrees for the exact dipping temperature. Pop any visible air bubbles with a toothpick prior to dipping and swirl until completely covered. Then give it a few shakes without wiping the excess off the bottom to ensure there's enough product to drip directly into the mold. I fill the inner petal area by wiggling around a few rotations before placing the apple down. Keep in mind, if the caramel cools down or thickens after a while and isn't as fluid for the technique, it can be reheated back in the microwave in 10-second intervals. As you can see what happens when there's holes by the petals, what you don't want to do is quickly place the apple down without letting it drip to fill in that petal area, because you won't know if there's enough caramel to evenly spread out and cover the design. The craft sets super fast in the fridge. All you need is about 10 minutes before removing from the mold, and we have the most beautiful caramel roses. To keep the shape looking their best, I stand them upright instead of upside down. Here's the rose that we did with the wrong technique that has the hole in it. Some other important instructions are to keep them in the fridge until ready to serve, and the key to working with craft caramels without fails is that the apples need to be dipped cold to set properly, and adding the melting wafers into the recipe adds strength and stability. Although they look gorgeous on their own, another option is to add a pop of color and bring them to the next level. What's different about this method is that the apples are first dipped in caramel as you normally would. This time, feel free to scrape the excess off the bottom for a clean, flat surface. And after 20 minutes is the ideal time to dip into chocolate, any color of your choice. I chose pastel for my arrangement. Having the first chocolate layer done separately ensures no caramel seeps through the petals, and the most precise way to create the rose bottom is to cut your molds out individually. It's a little hard to see with the pink chocolate, but all I'm doing is pouring with a silicone pouring cup to fill up to the leaf as my guide, and gently pressing all around to bring the chocolate up the sides as much as possible. This method of cutting the mold is a game changer. There's so much more control, and the apple makes contact with the entire mold. From experience, not cutting the mold either causes the chocolate to overflow into a mess, or it doesn't mold high enough along the sides and the pattern is cut short. Finish by pressing as you turn and allow them to completely set at room temperature before peeling away from the mold. The pattern molded very nicely. That's why it's still worth it to cut out your molds. Remember, caramel apples contain dairy and need to be kept refrigerated inside of candy apple boxes to stay fresh while protecting from condensation. I'll show the boxes I used when I package up the arrangements. The best part is adding a touch of sparkle with luster dust. My absolute favorites are from the Rolchem Blush Pastel collection. Over the pink rose, I'm dusting on the blush pastel pink shade with a fluffy brush. These colors are difficult to find, but they can be purchased from Etsy or itwasallladreamshop.com. I'll be sure to link these along with all the products from today. This shade going over the purple apple is the Blush Pastel Violet. And last but not least, to complement the yellow rose, we have the Wilton Gold Edible Glitter Spray. If you're looking to create a gold rose, a more pigmented gold luster dust can be used. I wanted to keep these in the pastel theme, so just a few pumps of the spray adds that shimmer without altering the color of the yellow. Now, to assemble our arrangement, these super fashionable purse gift bags can be found on Amazon. I dropped a block of floral foam inside to support the apples and arranged each one on a slight angle. Along with cupcake toppers, here's a handmade butterfly topper from Etsy and a glittery Mother's Day themed one. Next, I have my pre-cut tool from Michael's Craft Store. Since it's sheer, I double up with 2 sheets and fold it into a triangle 2 times. Then push it over the top of the floral foam with a skewer. Once you have your desired coverage, stick on some gold butterfly decals. And as for packaging the plain caramel roses, the 4x4x8 clear boxes are the perfect height to fit them standing upright like an enchanted rose. The gold bases are sold separately, however, they need a sheet of floral foam inserted into the bottom to support the heavy weight of the apple. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun Mother's Day tutorial. Give this video a thumbs up if you did. Also, if you decide to try these out, tag me in a photo of your creations on Instagram. And don't forget to enter the 100K giveaway. It's Christina here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.